moms used to party with all my uncles and my aunties right in the house. They drinking, playing Bobby Blue Bland, BB King, you know, Isaac Hayes. They in there hanging out drinking. We didn't like it. We ain't like when she get drunk. She call us all, come here, baby, give me a kiss. And we like, we don't like you. We cry. She like, why y'all crying? Mama all right up with my own brothers and sisters. We like, we don't like seeing you drunk. She like, oh, baby, I'm just at home. So she tell us one morning she's not gonna party no more, and she giving her life to the Lord. And we start making us go to church. So that was just 4 years ago. Now here I am begging her, could I go to the party? Being she had been transformed, and renewed. She like, oh, I just feel something gonna happen to you. I don't want you to go. So I kept begging her to go, and my little homie Mac 9 from 6ix9ine. We just begging her. So finally, she said, go ahead. She was like, go ahead. So if anything happened to you, she told Mac 9, come and tell me. So we ran around there, around the corner from my house, went to the party. So I see a little yellow Pinto pull up after we danced at the party. You know how the house party was. You dance inside, you come outside, get some air. Your Jerry curl juice dripping. I'm like, ooh, I'm out here. I'm like, this party rocking. So I'm wiping my Jerry curl juice off with my little face towel. I see a yellow Pinto coming by. So my homie Lil Kookie told me that Lil Bebop was in a yellow Pinto. So I was like, oh, is this the yellow Pinto? So I was like, oh, they supposed to bust on the party. Look at the swans. I said, that might be Bebop, right? So fire come from the car. The fire come from the car, hit me only one time in my back, grazed my spine. So it put me in the wheelchair. So I was in the wheelchair, paralyzed. I'm in the hospital, you know. So I get a phone call from my best friend. He crying on the phone. So I'm like listening. I'm like, who is this, man? I'm like, man, I know. I'm like, damn, this homie here love me, whoever this is. He crying. Because all the homies was calling my phone in the hospital, like, what happened, man? You got shot? They say you ain't gonna walk, Lil Doc? I'm like, nah, man, I can't walk. They like, oh, okay. So they like, we're gonna come see you, homie. So this phone call, the homie crying. So I'm like, God damn, who is this? He got love for me. So I was like, who is this, man? So he just kept crying. He like, and then he started saying, I didn't Lil Cookie tell you that I told you don't go to the party? So I said, oh, this Ahmad. I called him by his real name, my best friend. So he was like, yeah, this me, Bill. He was like, man, they say you ain't gonna walk. You paralyzed, you can't walk. I said, yeah, nigga, I can't walk. I said, man, I'm gonna kill you, nigga. You shot me, nigga. So he like, don't say that, man. Don't say that, Bill. We best friends. And I was like, nigga, I'm okay, yo, nigga, I can't walk. You got nigga, I'm okay, nigga. And I go big all on the phone. So we both hang up, So we went through this, for years, So, I felt that kind of fucked me up because while I was around there shot in front of the house, I was laying on the ground. So I telling everybody, go get my mama. So my mama ran around there. My homie Crayon, he was from A-Tray Main Street because the party was on 82nd right there between Wall and Main. So a lot of A4s and A-Tray Main Streets was there that I grew up with. I watched the hood get started, and we was all chilling at the party. So I brought my homie Big Papa and Connie, my homegirl Connie there. So Connie put a pillow under my head. Then my mama come around there. She had her gown on. So I was telling my family, put some over mom's because you could see through her gown. But she was right there crying. She kept telling, Lord, don't take my child. Lord, don't take my child. Not right now. That's all she kept saying. I kept hearing her repeat it. So my brother was talking to me. While my brother was talking to me, my wind just left. It just changed up because I was talking to him like I'm talking to you. All of a sudden, my wind just left me. So I told my brother, I said, man, I can't breathe again. So he was like, breathe, man, because we played for Huntington Park Spartan football team. So he was like, breathe again, man. You can do it. It's like playing football and run laps. Breathe, man. So I was like, I can't do it again. So I stopped breathing and just let go. My brother was slapping my face, and I could feel him slapping my face hard. Then I didn't feel him slapping it no more. And right hand of God, I just opened my eyes up. I was there. I just died right there, and I looked up. I saw this light. So I was sitting there in the light, looking at it all. So I was that conscious, and I was like, "Damn, this what you see when you die? Just a bright light, clean, bright light, not like a light you turn on in your room, you know, in the house, or a light pole on the street, a car light. It wasn't nothing like them lights. It was just a bright, clean light. You can see all the way through it." And I was just sitting there like, what is this? This all gonna happen? I'm gonna see this light? I said, this is after death, huh? So then after that, I just started feeling the presence of God coming out the light. And I literally just started saying, oh my God, here come God. I'm supposed to meet God. So he was getting closer and closer coming. And I just felt this presence coming because I already knew from living on earth when something evil coming. Like I'll come out my house, go to the hood late at night, or walking home late at night, 12, 13 years old with a pistol. I used to be like, hey, something following me, something behind me. So I used to feel the presence of evil, and I'll start jogging home in the middle of the street, and I can feel evil chasing me on the way home. So I used to run home and bam on the door. My mother opened the door, and it's like 2 a.m., and she'll just open the door and be like, what the hell wrong with you running here like this late? I'm sitting up waiting on you, worried about you. So she'll whip my ass. So I knew the difference from evil and good. And I felt the presence of nothing but good coming. So I said, this got to be God because I know the presence of evil. And the closer he got, I started saying, come and get me, God. I'm supposed to meet God. Oh my God, I'm supposed to meet God. And I woke back up. My brother was slapping my face. And I was back on the ground, and my mother was saying the same thing. Lord, don't take my child, not right now. Lord, don't take my child, not right now. So I woke up in the hospital, and I opened my eyes. My little sister was like, oh, Mama, he opened his eyes. So my mother was like, yeah, he been opening his eyes. He's in a coma. So he gonna open his eyes, they say. Just tell me when he woke up. So my little sister I was looking at her, and she was like, I think he woke, Mama. And then I said, Vicky. So my little sister said, Mama, he woke. He called my name. He talking to me. So moms came over there and she was like, oh my God, my child. So I was woke. And then I started going through the process of therapy, IVs in my arm. I stayed in the hospital a whole year. I was in the bed for like 8 months. Then I got out the bed. They gave me a wheelchair, taught me how to get out the bed into the wheelchair because I'm paralyzed from the waist down and can't walk, can't move, my foot, legs, or nothing. Then I turn around, I get in the wheelchair, they tell me don't eat nothing. They took the IVs out of me. So they say you can't have nothing but soup and jello. And they was like, the soup just plain, nothing in it. But they was like, don't go eat nothing. So I told my mother, I said, I needed like $5, $10, because it's a little cafeteria in the hospital. I said, I can buy, little 7-Up sodas. So she gave me $10, but I went across out front, smoked some weed, and went across the street to Taco Bell. I bought some Taco Bell, 2 burritos, 2 tacos. I ate that shit and threw it all up right there. So the people at the Taco Bell called the ambulance on me. I'm out there just throwing up like you turned the water hose on. I'm throwing up, ain't stopping. So the ambulance come get me. They put me back in the bed for 4 more months with IVs. Whole time I'm in the hospital, I'm telling my mama and sisters, they standing over me, my 2 brothers, my 4 sisters. So I just go on one sometimes. They be sitting there talking to me, and we laughing and talking. Then I ask my little sister, like, what's going on in the neighborhood? What they talking about? She said, everybody talking about you was down, and you a rider, but you in the wheelchair now. That's fucked up. They put cuz in the wheelchair, like as if you through vote. And I was like, yeah. So I was telling her, I said, watch when I get out of here. I'm killing every motherfucking thing up. And so my mother told me I was in a coma for 2 weeks after I got shot. So when I came out the coma talking to my little sister, and she was like, Mama, he woke. Soon as they found out I was woke good enough, my mother was like, the boy Ahmad was at the hospital, came to see you too with us. He was here. And I was like, he was here. She was like, yeah. So this was after I had talked to him on the phone. So she ended up telling me that he came to see me and that boy felt bad about shooting you. And she was like, he feel bad. So, I can't really say a mob pulled the trigger, but he was, you know what I'm saying? The car in the same car and he was in it.
Mm.
So I don't want to put a jacket on him that he pulled the trigger. But he was, being that was the same car he jumped out of on Lil Kookie. You know what I'm saying? My best friend.
Right. Hey, have you ever did time in Pelican Bay?
Yeah, I went to Pelican Bay when I got did the 10.5 years. I was telling you about 10 years, 6 months. I got sent from Calipatria up to Pelican Bay. So when I got to Pelican Bay, you got all kind of, paperwork and everything going on in the institution. So, I was up there. I've been under nothing, so I always was like, this East Coast Crips. So I was just doing my thing. And when I arrived up there, it was just going. It was a lot of stabbing started happening with East Coast Crips. We was doing our shit, so they kicked me out of there down to Tehachapi. So I go to Tehachapi, and they kicked me out of Tehachapi to send me back up to High Desert. When I got parole from High Desert.
When you came home, uh, this is around the era where they had hood days going on in LA. Um, what was your first hood day like?
I came home. I was like, damn. When I got out, it was 1999. I had went in 89 of March. I got out in 1999 of September. So I was like, damn. The homies running all around, getting ready one night. They talking about we going to Six Deuce Day. So I'm like, damn, well, so the homies be doing this? And everybody like, yeah, cuz, Six Deuce Day, Doc. We do it like a birthday, 6-9 day coming up next, cuz, and we gonna go throw us something. We gotta save the money up, find a club, and we throw our shit at. So I was like, oh, this is awesome neighborhood. Let's do this shit, cuz. So the homies like, cuz, we going to the Chateau. I think that's the Chateau on Slauson. So we get over there, and the homie pull up on me, Rat. He out of jail too. That I told you was in the 4800 crib margin. So Rat like, yeah, cuz, look at this your car. I had a Monte Carlo, so I had some beat up in it. It was two-tone green. So he cuz pull up in a 4-door little short Cadillac. He bumping his music. So I'm like, Rat, we out, cuz Rat did like 14 or something too. He got out for me. But I went in when he was on his way to get back out. So once I finished my 10 years, 6 months, Rat got out for me. And so we laughing at our cars and we shaking hands, hugging each other, hollering neighborhood like much love, nigga. You got the MC clean. I'm complimenting his little photo Cadillac. He complimenting my MC. So I look up and the sheriffs, there's sheriffs over there. So the sheriff's right there and he got the pistol out. He telling her, all of y'all come over here to my car. So the sheriff's like, I see the sheriffs and I got a burner on me. So I'm like, oh hell no. I just did 10 years, 6 months. I ain't going back. Fuck that. So all the homies walk over there and put their car on the hood of his car. So he telling me to come over there too. You too. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I ain't gonna do it. So he was like, what you mean you ain't gonna do it? You gotta get over here, man. I'm telling you, get over here. So I'm like, man, fuck that. I ain't gonna do it. So I get to walking around and shit in circles. So the homie Rat was like, Doc, don't do that, man. Don't do that, cuz. Just come on, cuz. So he was like, don't go out like that. Cause I was trying to do a little circle and I pulled my shit out. And I tried, man. I was like, man, the homies talked me down. And I walked over there because I was like, I ain't going back, man. Fuck this shit. No, kill me. I'm tired of going to jail. So I go over there, motherfucker. I tell the sheriff, he rubbed me down, touched the gun. You got a gun, bro? He was like, yeah, man. I said, yeah, man. You feel it, motherfucker. You pulling it out. You got it. I said, you a black officer? Let a motherfucker go, man. I just did 10 years, 6 months. I was like, come on, man, just take the motherfucking pistol and let me go, man. I just did 10 years, 6 months. I said, I've only been out motherfucking 3 months, man. So he was like, all right, let me talk to my partner. He go talk to the other black dude. The black motherfucking sheriff, he say out loud. He like, what you mean let him go? Take the gun. Man, arrest him. Put the cuffs on him, man. You got the gun. And I see this punk motherfucker, man. So they arrest the motherfucker, take me to the station. I get in the station. So the same officer that I was telling, man, let me go, man, just take the gun. He bring the TV to me. Like, hey, look at this on the news, man. So he was like, well, just watch this. I want you to see something, man. He was like, God blessing you, man. He looking over you, man. God is with you, little dude. So I was like, what you talking about, man? He was like, watch the news right here. So I had left my car right there with the homegirl that was my little female. So she was in the car right there on the ground. Rat was out there, his car and my car sitting right where we left him. And it's like 3 bodies out there. 3 motherfuckers dead. The homies went up on a big ass shootout. So the sheriff officer was like, man, if we didn't get that gun off you and take you to jail right now, you'd have been right there, man. Ain't no telling. Maybe you would have got killed. You feel me? So I was like, good looking out. I was like, okay, good looking out. Check this out. News just running. They like, we got gang members shoot out at a club, 3 bodies laid out here, 100 shells. I'm like, God damn, and bodies all by my car. So I was like, damn. I was like, he trying to show me like God was with me. And that's why, I went to jail for the gun. I'm sitting there looking at the news going, I'm so caught up in being in this neighborhood cripping and shit. I said, nigga, I'm telling the officer, man, I wish I was there. Oh, look at this shit. The homies got cracking. I was like, these niggas got cracking, cuz. So the sheriff officer's like, man, you is burned, little dude. Look, man, we trying to show you God with you. I didn't want to hear none of that. I was just like, God damn, I didn't get to let this gun go y'all took from me. Nigga, I'd have been right in that shit, letting off like a motherfucker. So I was telling them, they sitting there looking at me like, man, you tripping, man, you crazy. I said, man, I need a phone call. I wanted to call the hood and see what the fuck went on. But they ended up transferring me to county jail. I went to Torrance and took 32 months for the gun.
So you go back again and you get out. What happened this time?
This time now I'm on the streets a mile for a minute and shit. And I end up catching another case, A lot of them cases, they was all murder cases. I kept coming back for murder. So now I'm in there again, 2003 for a murder case. So when I come in this time, I'm always like, I done did so much out on the streets for us, this banging and everything, putting in all this shit and work and you know what I'm saying? So now I'm really lost. I'm gone, I'm way gone, I'm worse than what I was when I went up against all the 30 Hoovers, and did my shit. So now I go up in there and I hurry up and establish a little module in 2628 in the county jail. We end up taking the module, doing us. We doing us. 6-0s in East Coasters and all other neighborhoods. So we in there pushing the line. We take the module, pile up in there, every homie. We like, this our module. So we all up in there. I'm trustee, in here, 6-0 trustee. You feel me? And we just running around in that motherfucker, man. We doing our shit up in there. So we end up going to war. 3 Hoovers come up in there. And before we even was doing everything, the war, the 6-0s was getting into it with the Hoovers. So when they let me out to be a trustee with them, 3 Hoovers come up in there. So me and the Inhead in there, we getting knives. We getting ready to get them. Toy from 6-0, me, Inhead, Lil Papa from 6-0. So we just get with them. So the Hoovers begging me. I'm at the door waiting on Inhead, Lil Papa and them to get the knives because this was the program. You come up in there, we stab you and send you back out. So we like, damn, we got 3. So the day room door locked. They sitting up in there waiting to get housed, but they're not going to even make it to get housed. So now the niggas telling me, hey, cuz, Lil Doc, get us up out of here, man. You already know that y'all going to stab us up, man. Show us some love, We ain't with that shit, homie. We older homies, they was all had beards, all of them. They was like some G Hoovers. So I was like, all right, homie, no problem. So I told the deputy, open the door, day room, let them out, man. So he opened the day room and let them out. So they go down, they get down to 21, 23 where all the Hoovers at. Avalons and Broadways. So they go down there, and the little homie from the coast go down there and they majo. When the little homie go in they majo, the same three I let go, I had to regret it. Because them three stabbed the little homie, then try to pull his pants down to my rape that nigga. Let's rape him, Groove. The same three I let go did this. So I was like, little homie come down there from there. Cause they was like, okay, you was in down here with you an enemy of all them. So when shit like that happened, then they'll take you out of there, bring you where your homies at. So they brought the little homie in there with us. He telling me in here what happened. I said, was it three big ones with beards, like older niggas? He said, yeah, big homie, three big hoovers. That's the ones grabbed me and did this shit to me. So they had scratched him across his back trying to stab him. So I was like, oh, I said, man, don't trip. That was all on me, man, because I spared them. And I said, they go down there and do this to you, homie. So I was like, that's fucked up. It's on with the Hoovers. So we took off. All of us took off. So for that whole year, I had, we was just in there and I was stabbing their ass. I stabbed like about 10 of them right in the mojo. I'm real stabbings. I was playing. So we just went up, So after that, they was coming down there like Lil Doc. Check it out, cuz big old nigga Fados Hoover. What's my nigga name? But he came down there to talk to me too. And I hollered at him and told him, man, how it happened and how it got started, the war. So he was like, all right, homie, we're gonna try to squash it though. I said, man, we ain't squashing nothing, man. It is what it is right here. I said, cause that was fucked up how y'all did, my homie, after I let y'all go. So I didn't do no piecing. We just kept on warring the whole year. Then I got into it with Big Dan from Swan. He on death row. They put me in a tank with him going to court. So, this nigga like 240, 6 feet, big old black nigga. He tell me, he had me in the tank talking about I'm Lil Doc. He like, so you the one been killing my homies, huh? You the one been killing all my homies. I said, yeah, nigga, I'm Lil Doc. I said, if that's what you want to say and put out there. I said, but nigga, your homies shot me, nigga, twice. Nigga. I said, so what is you talking about? I'm killing your homies. They shot me twice. So he get up and shit, walk over there to me, and we in the court tank, but I got a knife. I'm taking my knife to court and everything in the county. So he don't know I got the knife. So he come over there and swing on me. I duck. I throw some blows back at him, but he's so big, he take me to the ground. So he tried to pin me down and put his knee on my arm and the knee on my other arm, like he just gonna mollywop me. But I sneaked the knife out, stab him 2 times. So, when I sneaked my knife out and hit him, the big old nigga jump up off of me. He like, oh, he hit me. I hit him the first time, that knife touched him. He get the fuck up off of me. So I get up and I start getting at him around in the tank, trying to stab him again. He running. So he get on and got away from me. So, and after that, I meet him again the next court time. It was like 2 days later, we go to court again and run into each other. So I walk in the tank, I tell him straight up, big as he is. I told him, what's up, Big Dan? Round 2. So when I come in the tank, I whip out a knife and he whip out a razor. So he slashed me on the arm and ran out the tank past me. But I was swinging a knife trying to stab him, but he got on. And that was the last time I seen him. But I didn't start it with Big Dan. Big Dan started it with me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come in the tank to mess with swans. I told Big Dan when I walked in the tank, I said, I'm here for Hoovers. Any Hoovers in this tank? Because we was going at it. So I just wanted to go at it with a Hoover. I just wanted to, we can swing knives, stab each other. That's all I wanted to do. And if they didn't have one, that was on them. Because I'm going to get you or you going to get me. So that's how I was going at them.
I want to take you back to, you mentioned the A-Tray Main Streets. What happened to them, and about when did you last hear of them?
The A-Tray Main Streets, when I was down there, my mom moved down there in their hood like in 79. And when we got down there, we moved on 83rd and Wall, between Wall and Main. So I used to come out of my house and play football. They used to play football in the streets, a lot of the 84 main streets. And I used to come down there and play football with Big Bub from 84 Main Street, Rabbit, Lil Eddie Boy. All of us used to just chill and play football. And they used to wait and get me out the house to play with them. We all was cool. So they wasn't even 84 Main Streets then. They just was on 84th. But they didn't like the Swans because the Swans used to come through there and tell them, you know, what's up, blood? And the Swans come through on them real tough. You know, because the Swans, they're a hard game because they done fought all the Rips. They surrounded around Crips. They got to fight the Kitchens, Compton Ave, PJ Watts, the Gray Streets. They got to fight, you know what I'm saying, 8-9, 7-6. Then they got the 6-pack, 6-9, 6-8, 6-6 deuces coming at them. So they surrounded by all that, you know what I'm saying? So the Swans, they not no pushover bloods. They know how to go. And they gonna give your gang a fight. So they was coming over there telling them dudes, oh, my phone went dead.
All right, the homie's phone died. I don't know if he's gonna plug it back up. Wow.